Here in the studio for a little bit is Shreveport City Councilwoman LeVette Fuller not a planning meeting, so planning session today.
Yes.
And then the big meeting tomorrow. Let's talk about this to start.
Okay.
So last week I was just kind of wandering around. I'm very nomadic in my private life. And so I hitched the camel up to the post and I wandered into a local bar/restaurant where a political fundraiser was taking place. I didn't know that when I went in, but I knew a lot of people that were there, and I found out that's why they were there. Mm-hmm. And most of them were Shreveporters. And the one thing they asked me about more than anything else is something that you and I and the other city council people have discussed now, it seems ad nauseum. That's basically the city's insurance situation. Uh-huh. And what I said to them was, and correct me if I'm wrong, so it's all over. It's basically it. We're done. That's what we're stuck with. That's what we've got. And they looked at me like, what? No, we can't have gone from $500,000 for 815 to like 900,000 for 3. I said, it's all over. Am I wrong in telling them that?
I think that we are where we are for this year, and it's May. So the whole process is starting over now for next year.
Which is, I guess, part of what the argument, if you will, the discussion is going to be at City Council starting today, carry over till tomorrow, and I would imagine at some point down the line, because one of the propositions, this is John Nicholson, correct?
Yes.
And it's that the City Council would have to review and approve any city contract. Is it $500,000 and up or $501,000 and up?
It's $500,000 and up. Now, John's original is $100,000 with an amendment from Councilman Fleury for $500,000, and that would be for $500,000 and up to review contracts. And this is for things that are not subject to bid law, like things that go through for the whole, there's already a public process in place where they have to look at all the different proposals, pick the right one,
things
all
like
of that.
Theoretically insurance policies.
The thing is, right now, insurance policies were not subject to RFP. The administration was completely within their purview to do what they did.
Yeah.
But we've also worked on changing that. So we want to move forward with an RFP process for insurance as well. But then all these other really big contracts, there's not that many that fall at $500,000. So that's what we're looking at, is saying we'd like to be able to review those before you sign off.
That many contracts, you mean? So what's the process going to be today? I would assume we kind of did our own little head counting here, and it was 4-3 or maybe 5-2.
Yeah. I think that the Republican side are of the same mind, and we'll see what happens with everybody else. For me, what I'm hearing that gives me pause is we don't want to handcuff the powers of the administration. My response is it has always been within the purview of the council to have a rule like this. We're not the same people that that played loosey-goosey for all these years with other administrations. You've got 3 brand new faces that have never done this before, and we don't see it as wrangling anyone's power. We see it as implementing processes that are to benefit and safeguard the community.
So let's do a little head count here, okay? The city council would review.
We just did a head count.
Well, I want to do another one because it's fun. Okay, so we've got Nicholson and Butcher and Fuller and let's see.
Who's the other Republican? He probably looks like a white male.
I said Nicholson and Butcher. Oh, Fleury.
Yeah.
And Fuller on the we want to have that review power. Then you've got on the nay side, you've got Reverend Green, James Green.
Most likely.
And Jerry Bowman.
Most likely.
But there's one more councilman here.
Bradford.
And that is...
He seemed to be leaning toward okay with the 500,000, but that was like 3 weeks ago.
See, here's the deal. The mayor is more than likely, if it passes, let's say 4-3, mayor will most likely veto. Fair enough? Which means you need the 5th vote.
I don't know what the mayor will do, but without the 5th vote, he can veto it. 5 votes would make us veto proof.
So all of a sudden, Willie Bradford is a pretty important guy in all of this.
No, everyone thought I was like the permanent swing vote.
No, not on this one. not on monetary stuff, not on penny, and I mean this in the most respectful and admirable way. Not when it comes to the purses, not when it comes to the wallets, not when
I don't know that it'll always be that way. But right now it is what it looks like. I'm kind of tight-fisted about the dollars. I feel like we're poor, so we need to be careful what we're spending on. Like there's a few things coming up. Like the mayor has put the $40,000 back on for his transition team. So that's another one of those opportunities for to say, well, it's not 500,000, but what are we doing? Why would we be willy-nilly ready to support just cashing that check or, writing that check?
So right now, at the end of the day today, and we'll know more tomorrow, obviously. But like I said, with the 5 votes, you're veto proof. If Bradford goes the other way, you're kind of shot down, right? Are you working the room? Are you talking? I mean, there's a little canvassing going on behind the scenes, I'm sure.
No. I actually had a fairly nice week of not talking to my colleagues too much. I think this is one of those things where all of the discussion is going to have to happen in front of the Facebook Live, in front of the live feed that we've got through our website, and we'll just see where the chips fall.